Good one. Yeah, so on this guitar and the other one, and on my harp guitar, which I'll have tonight at the gig, I've got a fan fret guitar necks, and the idea there is to help with the intonation of the guitar. And if you played, sometimes on a regular guitar, maybe you play a chord down in the first position, whatever, sounds all in tune, then maybe you go up here and play one and something just sounds a little bit out a little bit. This tries to compensate for that. And a good visual you can think of is a piano or a harp. Like if you open a piano and look inside there, the treble strings are shorter and then the bass strings are longer, right? So same thing happens on this guitar with the nut angled that way and then the bridge angled this way. The scale length of my sixth string is longer, and then you get down to the first string and they're shorter. And then the frets have to be fanned out so that the intervals are in the right location for each string. And when you get to about the 7th fret, it's pretty straight there, and then you can see they go that way, and the other way. But it's all just to try and help the intonation. And it's really not that hard to pick up, actually. It looks like it'd be kind of weird, but it's not bad. I was touring with Don Ross several years ago, and we both play regular guitar and baritone. But rather than taking all these guitars on the road, we just took one baritone, and it was his, and it was fan fret. So, when I'd go to play some of my baritone music, I'd just pick up his baritone, and sure enough, it was easy to get the hang of. I mean, if you're doing like an F bar chord, that's kind of weird, But I don't do too many F bar chords these days. So, is there another question you had?
Do you have words to the song for your father?
No, I don't actually. I don't write lyrics yet. Anyway, maybe someday I will. But it's just an instrumental piece. There have been people actually that have done that on YouTube, kind of added their own words to it to varying degrees of success. But it's all good. You had a question too?
So you have nails, but you also have to do tapping. And the problem is that as they get longer, you can't tap them, right?
Right.
So how do you figure out where to draw the line?
Right. Actually, I don't really have nails. I have got a thumbnail here, but the other ones are quite short. Actually, we could even stand to trim that one. So yeah, I always just played with fingers. I didn't even know nails were really a thing until I had a cousin. He actually plays guitar, and he was learning some classical stuff, and so I said, oh. But I had already gotten used to just using my fingertips, so I keep them pretty short. But then also, with the tapping, it definitely helps me anyway to not have nails in the way. There are other guys though, like Antoine Dufour and other guys that do some tapping that do have nails. They just have more of like a 45-degree thing. Mine's just more 90, I guess, used to that.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Maybe Art of Motion. Yeah. So I went ahead and put it in standard tuning so I could kind of show you how I came up with the tuning for this tune, Art of Motion. I found this chord voicing that I really liked in standard tuning. It was extremely hard to play. It's like this F sharp minor 11. It sounds awesome, right? It looks ridiculous. That's one of those, like, if you're ever on Guitar Player magazine, this is the one you want to. Look at this chord I can play. Yeah. Ridiculous. So, the minor third, that's right. And then the two high strings are open. Sometimes you see this kind of chord, like Every Breath You Take by the Police. That, but I wanted to leave the two high strings open to get the B and the E as well, so that's how it looks really ridiculous. I've got small hands anyway, and this chord is just absurd. So I decided to take all the intervals in that chord and make a tuning out of it, so you can just play it open and see what I could come up with. So, like I said, it's F sharp minor 11, so we had F sharp here. I figured, well, I could tune the sixth string up to F sharp, probably get away with that, not breaking anything, hopefully. F sharp, and there was a C sharp here on the fifth string, but I wasn't going to tune A up to C sharp. I figured, well, I'll tune D down to C sharp. That'll work. So it's there. Then we had a G sharp over here on the D string, so I figured, well, I could tune the third string up to G sharp probably. There, and then I actually had an A held down on the second fret of the third string, so I could just leave the fifth string at an A. It's not the same octave, but it's an A, so that's okay. And then B and E were just open from the chord too. So ended up with a tuning sound like that. That's how it came to be. And just started playing around and came up with the art of motion.